Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you tonight is, guys, huge update. Since the whole Kansas thing didn't work out for the mass shooting angle, got really inconvenient with facts and stuff, we're just going to go straight at calling everybody a racist who calls criminals and murderers thugs. Yeah, sitting mayor of Kansas City, Missouri. I cannot wait to show you guys this one. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell. And thank you for that consideration. All right, beautiful people, it's Sunday night. So I'm going to treat you right with the utter culmination of this Kansas City Super Bowl festivity party shooting thing. So just to give you a little recap, early on, right out the gate, it was full bore, pedal to the metal, throttle all the way open. Gun control is the way because anybody with gun rights or any idea of gun rights is evil and it's their fault and they got blood on their hands. You know, insert XYZ here. Well, the same guy who was coming out immediately afterwards saying that gun control was the answer, the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, well, now, after all the stuff that hasn't really worked out in that favor and it's kind of gone like poof, yeah, Kansas City mayor accuses governor of racial dog whistle for calling Super Bowl parade shooters thugs. Now, the reason that I'm covering this is it dovetails into what we covered last night. The left's mask is slipping. I'm about to show you something at the end of this where it makes it even more gross and obvious. They require shock value. They require shock value to give your attention, shock value for your money donation, shock value for your rights, shock value for your votes. That's what they require. That's what gun controllers thrive on. We've covered a lot of other examples in this past week, and I still got a video to do, but they keep on doing these silly things. So when you have to have shock value, I was actually talking to a mentor of mine today about this. When you have to have shock value, and you're losing shock value from saying we're going to take your rights, and it just doesn't have the same punch anymore, you have to up the game. So what do you do in a shooting where turns out that the criminals, or thugs, and potentially gang members were shooting at each other in public and hitting other people? Well, you just simply call it racism. Because obviously you said the word thugs, and that has implications, and I've seen it time and time again. What? Hey, just for the record, I'm kind of on a soapbox before I get into it. Thug is a thug is a thug. You can be a white thug. You can be a purple-headed, nine-horned, 36-eyed purple people eater. You'd still be a thug. I don't care. Anyway, that was a really long intro. Let's get into this. Kansas City Mayor Quentin Lucas accused Missouri Governor Mike Parson of using a racial dog whistle when referring to the suspected shooters at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade as thugs, as I mentioned in the subtitle. He told KCUR host Steve Kraske that he has seen similar incidents of alleged racism time and time again. Really? You've seen multiple instances where two individuals or multiple individuals with multiple firearms were shooting at each other openly in a parking lot, hitting innocent bystanders. The media comes out and immediately says, mass shooting, get gun control in here ASAP. Gun controllers line up, gun control ASAP. Then it turns out that that's actually what happened. And all of a sudden, oh, it's racism. I've seen it time and time again. Every time. Or you just got smoked so hard because you're on the record calling for gun control, and in your city, it's so bad that now let's just go with this one. This one always works. Yeah. Following the shooting, Parson had said, quote, "We can't let some thugs just take over and ruin what happened." I'd say that's an accurate statement. That's the governor. Quote, "I have respect for the governor. We get along well," Lucas told Kraske. "I disagree strongly with how he would describe that situation. I certainly do think this was criminal activity. It was lawlessness, and I think that's troubling. But thug is a dog whistle in the most classic sense." Okay. You have a scenario which I've hit a million times. Like I've said it so many times, it's getting nauseating. In the scenario that we've walked through so many times, sure, it was lawless, and sure, it was criminal activity, of course. But you didn't need to say the word dog whistle. That's just offensive. What? We have a woman dead with two young children who will not have a mother anymore. We have something like over half of the people hit with projectiles were minors. They were children. We have the other half obviously being adults. And sure, it was criminal, and sure, it was lawless, and yes, we need gun control, but in this case, you said thug, and I've seen it time and time again. How do you know you're losing. That's how you know you're losing, because you go down this road, and I haven't even gotten to the tweet I'm going to show you. All right, and this is the last thing. Quote, I've seen this dog whistle time and again. There's this kind of giant conservative theory on social media now that the reason these mugshots, I was at thug shots, oops, these mugshots haven't been shown is because the purported defendants are black. And if it were a white defendant, we would have just shown them. That is absolutely preposterous. There are protections to juveniles, he added. To what? Juveniles who can't have guns? Okay, well, I don't want to be called anything bad, so I'll just wait for the photos to come out. Just saying. All right, how's that manifesto going? Anyway, one last thing that I want to really highlight this, and this really gets my goat, because, guys, I'm telling you, they're slipping. This is important to understand. Here's what the Kansas City Chiefs put out. This is a $200,000 foundation that they're going to go to ensure they're helping support the victims and first responders in the immediate aftermath of Wednesday's tragedy. So they're putting $200,000 in a foundation to help those who ran to the gunfire. They're the ones that got hit by gunfire. And you'd think that would just be kind of left there alone, wouldn't you? Well, let's get old my good friend Shannon Watts. Here's what she said about the same quote. Tell me this is about something that it's not. Still missing the word gun at Chiefs. It matters that you call this what it is, gun violence. So this is where I want to boil this all down. They can't leave it alone. They have to keep on pushing the ball further and further and further through shock value and shock performances in order to get more and more attention. You just had a leader of one of the main gun control groups in the United States comment on a $200,000 foundation for the victims and for the first responders. Well, yeah, that's all great and good, but you didn't say the word gun violence. You're losing sight of the point. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.